This is a recorded audio of a courtroom. Delilah Haydens and Brandon Limassol got arrested on the 11th of December 2024. At this house of Suburban Street, Delilah and Brandon brutally murdered a man, 35-year-old Christopher Zelmai from Enterprise, Nevada. Christopher was reported missing on November 7, 2024. He was supposed to come home past curfew, until his mother Vanessa received the call. Vanessa and her daughter heard the horrific and sad news ever. Christopher was dead. Chris's family can't believe it, and became devastated. Now back to Delilah and Brandon. This will be the courtroom hearing today. We hope everyone enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment about what you think. Until then, let's start today's video.
Order in the court, please. So the case of Delilah Sheila Haydens and Brandon Limassol. You are both in charge for murdering Christopher Mark Zelmai on November 6, 2024. Would you like to start, Miss Haydens?
Yes, please.
So would you walk the court through as to what happened last month on the 6th of November?
Sure, but this is gonna be a long story. So, me, my boyfriend and my sister got attacked by this killer. I bet it was Chris or Imelda, I can't tell. And as me and my boyfriend tried to leave the house, he got stabbed by a knife, cause an infection to his ribs. And as we would try to leave the house once again.
Okay, let's just skip that cause it is a wrong story. Thank you for warning me. But we might want to get to the fact why you and Brandon would kill Chris. So why not explain how would you kill Chris?
First, I stabbed him with a penknife he kept holding, and Brandon took the gun from him, and shot him once in the chest, and Christopher began screaming like he found a dead body, and Brandon handed me the gun, and I shot him in the head. He passed out, but he woke it up for a second. And Brandon had no choice but to strangle him.
Okay, and why would you and Brandon kill Chris?
It was revenge. I decided to avenge my mom's death.
And what happened to your mom?
She was murdered in 2015 in San Antonio, Texas, and it was Chris and Imelda all along. Imelda told me her and Chris killed my mom for a reason. My mom was sleeping with Chris's dad, so his mom decided to divorce her husband, abandon Chris cause she's all stressed out for all of this happening to her. And Chris's dad decided to move out of town, so he lives with his mom. My sister told me his backstory.
And you guys used to be roommates, correct?
Unfortunately, yes, until I found out he's no longer my roommate. Instead, he's a rotting monster on the inside.
Okay. So the court may not have any independent investigation concerning the twisted case, and avoiding the information from any sources of one in the court for serious and substantial issues a duty. None of the jurors advanced affirmative, leading astray for a fee. So Mr. Limassol, would you like to explain something?
Yes, but can I explain something else? I would like to explain about what Chris had been doing this whole time before his death. So apparently Chris has killed Tony and Dolly Vigilante, James Gillespie, Fernando Glisson, and Monica Garland. That means he was definitely in charge with 5 counts of murder, but too bad he's not here cause he's dead. He almost did all the killing, but because of his girlfriend he's not the only one.
Okay, and what's his girlfriend's name?
Imelda Townsend, 34, and has a little bit of a criminal record. After she died, I knew that she was convicted of assaulting an 18-year-old man. Only sentenced to 5 months.
Okay. Delilah and Brandon, I understand you guys are innocent and not criminals, and Chris is turning into a serial killer, but murder is against the law and you're still in trouble. I was going to sentence you to life without parole, but I have to sentence you to a month in prison. But just a heads up. If there's another ruthless crime and you two did it, I have no choice but to sentence you to 25 years without the possibility of parole. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll make it a little bit easy.
Okay, take them to custody, please.
Next we have Katrina KJ Juliana. KJ was an American doctor in Kissimmee, Florida, who decided to move to Pentagon City on July 17th. On November 6, 2024, after Chris died, KJ was in charge for murdering Imelda Thompson, Chris's girlfriend. Imelda was rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately, she suffered a lot of stab wounds before passing away. KJ was arrested and brought in for questioning, and after admitting she stabbed Imelda Thompson, she was arrested and taken into court. The courtroom hearing is beginning now.
Order in the court. So the case of Katrina Juliana, who is in charge for murdering Imelda Thompson, is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and how would you kill Imelda?
She walked into the kitchen and shot me, and we started fighting until I said, "Is that a spider?" And she looks and I stabbed her with a knife from the knife holder multiple times. Her eyes are wide open, and her mouth is open, telling me she's dead. And as I was walking away, and I heard her voice, so I heard that she woke up, so I stabbed and stabbed her until she's dead.
Okay, and why would you do it?
She killed 3 people and showed no remorse for her actions, including murdering Delilah's mother. So, I have to do what I have to do, and I show like a little bit of remorse, and I'm sorry for what I did. May I say something before I get to my cell?
Sure.
And by the way, Christopher Zelmy lives a long life. Imelda Thompson lives a long life. The victims out there lived a long life. R.I.P. I'm done.
To Imelda Thompson's murder, Katrina Juliana will hear her sentencing today. So they are alleging you murdered Imelda Thompson. This is a charge of homicide, felony murder of a psychopathic woman, so sentenced to a year in prison. And next time she does it to another person, even if it's psychopathic, next time will be a life without parole, cause I can't put this sentence for the rest of your life. You are responsible for murdering Thompson, and since you're an innocent person you will be released in January 15, 2025. But you're lucky you're a good person and didn't mean to, but once that happens again, you won't return home, understand?
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead and go to your cell. Number is 1035 with Delilah and Brandon.
On December 22, 2024, at the time at the cell, Anthony Hoff Blaketon and Rayleigh Melissa Rena Asher were both found brutally murdered at their house. Anthony was slashed to death, and Rena was strangled to death. They were both rushed to a hospital, but unfortunately it was too late. Anthony died on December 22, 2024, and Rena died on January 2, 2025, 14 days before Delilah, KJ, and Brandon's released. And along with Chris and Imelda in their coffins, only if they believed in their families, then they would still walk into Earth today.